What is going on, guys? Jack here and welcome to episode 73 of the Bristol Rovers career mode series. And once again, I can only apologise for my inconsistency. I've got a lot of exams coming up in the near future, in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and that is why I haven't been able to get videos out. But hopefully you guys will enjoy this video, and if we can smash that like button, that would be greatly appreciated, because I'm really struggling to make videos at the moment, as I'm quite time restricted. I would love to make as many videos as possible for you guys. I've got a lot of footage, and luckily I do have a lot of footage, so I haven't really played FIFA in quite a while actually. And this is pre-recorded footage that I've already had, so not many live commentaries I don't think. I might have 1 or 2 coming up in the near future, so if you do want that, leave a like on the video and let me know in the comments if you do want to see that. But yeah, we're going into this first game here against Southampton in the Capital One Cup. This is going to be a very good match for us, and hopefully we will get the win, because although I'm not too bothered, and I've never really said this before, I don't know if I have or not, but I've never really been bothered about the Capital One Cup. It's not something that I feel that's very important in career mode to win. And that's really because, you know, the finances are pretty bad. You know, I'm a bit of a money whore. I like my money, so I prefer the FA Cup, and hopefully we will be able to progress in that more than we do in this. But we do get things started off here very well indeed in the 10th minute, getting a goal. I'm pretty sure that was Mitchell Duke there getting the goal. It was Mitchell Duke, and he gets the goal and makes it 1-0 against Southampton in the 10th minute. A great start for us in this match, and it looks like, so far, I know it's only the 10th minute, but so far it looked like we were in control of this match. And Southampton, I think we played them earlier on this season in the league. They're dropping down into the relegation zone, so hopefully for them they don't get relegated, but they were certainly playing pretty decent in this match compared to the previous match when I did play them in the BPL. But right here, John Taylor swings the ball over the top towards Gerard Hughes, and Yoshida pulls back his man, and that gives us a really good chance from the free kick. Probably should have been a red. Don't know if that was the last man. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't actually look there, but we do end up giving this free kick to Gerard Hughes. And that is certainly something I do need to invest in, a decent free kick taker. The fact that Gerard Hughes is our best one, he's not even got the best free kick stats, to be honest. And as he takes this one with power, it goes blazing over the bar. Well, not blazing over the bar. It was close to going in, but not close enough, really. It should have been on target. And in the end, the power free kick. I'm not very good at free kicks, but usually if a player has decent free kicks, 80 or more, then I can usually get it on target or into the back of the net. But something that you guys probably do want to know is Squads for Profit. When is that coming back? When is that series coming back? And it will be back in the near future. Right now, I don't have time to make videos. And the thing is, with the market crash, it's going to be very hard to make profit with these teams, because it means that I have to play 5 matches in a row and basically just finish off the team and the review and everything like that as soon as I possibly can, because I don't want to make any loss, and I don't want to keep the players in my club for longer than I have to. So I feel that it's best to just do 1 episode in 1 recording, if that makes sense. So do all the 5 games and then sell on the team as soon as I can, so I have the best chance of making profit, basically. Because if I just keep it in my club for a couple of days, I could end up losing some coins, and that's not the whole point of this series. And also, it's quite a time-consuming thing. You know, it's 5 games in 1 episode, and that is it's not really shown in the video, really. It looks like I've only played a couple of games, but in essence, in reality, it's probably about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes worth of recording from the game. And also buying the team. Buying the team takes forever, because the transfer market at the moment is completely broken. EA really do need to sort that out, and that is really restricting me, because when I do have time to make videos, especially Squads for Profit, I physically can't. It's very frustrating, but once I've got more time on my hands, then I will be doing that. But for the meantime, unfortunately, although it does suck, I'm going to have to stop it and put it on pause. And I really do have a really cool series for you guys coming out very soon, actually, when my exams are all over. And that is something to do with career mode. I'll give you a little clue as to what it's called. It's going to be something to do with youth players and kind of starting from the bottom. But I don't know if I'm going to actually be starting from the bottom, or if I'm actually going to be starting with a middle league team in England, if that makes sense. But maybe I'll do something else, but I'm not 100% sure. It's just an idea, and it's called Youth Squad Saga. And basically, if you haven't guessed by the name already, it's basically where I have a team. I start off with a random team in career mode, and then I have to basically get the best team possible and have it from scouts, you know, youth scouts and everything, and I'm only allowed to get players from youth scouts and everything like that, and try and build up a team and see if I can win the Champions League. I think that'd be a really cool idea, and if you guys do want to see that, let me know in the comments down below. And if you are enjoying this video, please do leave it a like, as it shows me that you guys still are enjoying these videos, even though it is a little bit difficult for me to make these videos consistently at the moment, and I do only apologise. And hopefully very soon I will actually try and get John Joe O'Toole to the Champions League title. That is something that I really do want to do. Try and get John Joe O'Toole to the Champions League title. If he hasn't retired by then, that is, because for some reason players in this career mode have decided they want to retire at 29. I don't understand that. Why would Gary Kenneth want to retire at 29? I mean, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But right here in the 85th minute, the penultimate time for us to kind of stay in the game, we were in control of this game, and then that happened. There's no words for what has just happened there. You cannot control that whatsoever. It's just something that happens in FIFA sometimes, and it's not going your way, and that's just something that you got to deal with. It's a really bad defensive error, actually, although he probably didn't know much about it, did Tom Parks. And in the end, he puts his own ball into his back of the net. He puts his own ball into the back of the net. That makes sense, yes. And in the end, we do lose the game. Quite frustrating, to be honest with you, because I felt quite dominant in the game. And against Southampton, no offence, but I just felt like I should have come away with a win. Although they were a bit more dominant in the game, I just felt that on possession and counter-attacks, we were just the dominant force, if I'm going to be honest with you. But that was that. 3-2. We do lose the game, and we will look to the next game for salvation. Hopefully we will actually win the next game. That would be absolutely awesome if we do. And in the next game, it is going to be against West Ham United. And yes, I do support them, and they are an average team, I guess you could say, in the BPL. They're not the best of teams, but they're not the worst of teams. Their loan signings that they've made in the January window, that's just a waste. I have nothing to say about that. But you can see we're currently in 15th position, so we really need to win this game, because West Ham are our rivals in this division in the Barclays Premier League, because they're at the same position as us. You know, they're kind of mid-table relegation candidates possibly, and they do have quite a solid side actually with Ravel Morrison, and may try and get him next year. I'm not 100% sure. He is a quality player, a quality young player, and maybe I will try and go for him next year. Who knows? Maybe I'll stick with the same squad, and I don't know if I'm going to be carrying on with this career mode. You know, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'll move on to greener pastures, who knows. Maybe I'll just accept a job offer in this same career mode and then come back to Bristol Rovers, who knows. We will sort it out when the time comes. But for now, we are playing against West Ham United, and they have a pretty decent side. Andy Carroll was a threat up front, and I realised that from the beginning. But right here, what is it with goalkeepers in FIFA 14? I have no idea what's wrong with them, but for some reason they just run around like headless chickens, and it allows me to score. I don't know how. And then Ryan Brunt just decides to stick his head through an advertising board there, because that is possible. That is just physics. That is humanly possible. But right there, I just couldn't believe that that went in. I couldn't believe I stole it off of Adrian. I thought he was a better keeper than that. But in the end, the Spanish international, well, he's not Spanish international. I don't think he's ever played for the Spain national team. And no offence to him, but I don't think he ever will. Making mistakes like that, why should he play for them? That is a very poor mistake. And in the end, we do capitalise on it. And Ryan Brunt gets the easiest goal he's ever going to score in his life. He scored quite a few of them in his career, and that gives him his third goal in the Barclays Premier League so far this season. Not too bad, not too shabby indeed. But yeah, West Ham United, they were just rebounds galore. That was all their game was about. And in the end, it's Joe Cole that gets the goal. And he was actually meant to be retiring this season. But of course, EA have scripted it so that he gets a goal. And it kind of, I don't know. It seems that whenever a player is retiring in the AI's team, they just seem to do amazing in-game. And right there, you wouldn't call that amazing. It's a rebound. It's pretty easy to score, but still, they make it 1-1, and we really needed to win this game and win it. We tried to do so. Right here, you can see John Taylor, really blistering pace he's got, and in the end, he finishes it with his right foot. He is an incredible player. I'd probably say that I'm going to do, at the end of this season, kind of the an awards ceremony kind of thing. So I'm going to have the best player of the season, the best signing, the best value signing, all of those kind of things. I think that'd be a great idea. John Joe O'Toole is certainly going to be in there with probably the best player of this series, if I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really serious there with Ryan Brunt as well as the strike force. Those two have been immense. But we do score that goal with John Taylor, and that does ensure that we do pick up the 3 points against West Ham United. A cracking goal there in the 71st minute, I think it was. No, it was the 57th minute from John Taylor, and John Taylor manages to secure the victory. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode of Career Mode. If you do want another episode of Career Mode out later this week, I'll probably say maybe Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I don't know when I'm going to be able to upload it. But hopefully you have enjoyed this episode. Please leave a like on the video. It really does help me out, and hopefully you have enjoyed this video. But I'm going to have to leave it there, and I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching.